flattered that the standards that you're holding me up to are the standards of, I think, the greatest, most iconic actor of Indian cinema. So if you're comparing me to that, and if that's what I think I need to aspire to be, then at least I'll come close. Here's a husband who's so encouraging of his wife's career, who pushes her so much, and here's a wife who's so supportive and encouraging. Went through its tough phases as well, but the way they stuck by it and stuck by each other, I think the process of it taught me so much about the kind of relationship I would want with my husband. Hi guys, this is Janhvi Kapoor and you're watching me on ETimes.
Well, thank you so much, Janhvi, for talking to us, and welcome to ETimes. It's such a pleasure always speaking to you. I remember last I spoke to you was during Dharak, so it's been...
Oh wow, it's been a minute.
Yes, exactly. But I have to begin by saying that, Mili is looking really, really interesting.
Thank you.
The trailer, and from whatever we've seen, it sure seems like a chilling experience.
Yeah.
From what we got from the trailer as well, it's more of a father-daughter story. I mean, this is something that I think you really ace because you've done this in Gunjan Saxena as well. So, talk to us about it. What spoke to you about the script? To be honest, it's already made in Malayalam, Helen. So, was there any apprehensions going into it?
No, because I mean, logistically speaking, the film wasn't dubbed and released in other languages,
right.
And I felt like it was such a good, simple story and told so beautifully that it should reach as many people as possible. And I wanted to try my hand and try to do my take on a performance like this, because it's such an opportunity for an actor to push yourself this way, and Madhu Sir is such a wonderful director. But I think that, ironically, I was reflecting on most of my film decisions, and barring Dhadak, I think almost all of them my characters have had a strong connection with their mother or their father.
Right.
Even in Jerry,
yes.
It had a lot to do with her family. So I think that organically that's what moves me, I guess, when I read scripts, and so I gravitate towards it.
Yeah, and the fact that, this is the first film that your father is backing. Have you had discussions before on which other films? Has he come to you as a producer for films?
He has. We've spoken about a couple of things before, but like I said, at the heart of this is a story about a father and a daughter. And I think it just felt like the right decision for me and Papa to collaborate on a story like this. Especially because I could see that it meant so much to him. And watching Helen moved him so much.
Right.
That at first, when I'd actually said, maybe we shouldn't make this movie, I don't know if I should do it, he got very emotional and he started, I remember he got teary-eyed and he was like, I'm going to make this film, whether you're in it or not, this film needs to be made. And then I was like, wow, it really does mean a lot to him. And then I was like, of course, I need to do it after I met Madhu Sir, the director.
Right. Even your parents have collaborated on some wonderful, wonderful films, right? From Mr. India, Roop Ki Rani Choro Ka Raja, then there was Judai, and then so many others. Which is your personal favorite?
I actually... That's a tough one. Mom, I guess, because I was around for the filming of it, and it was just such a thrill for me to see Mom and Dad collaborate professionally, and how on their team they were. Like, they were on each other's team in such an empowering way for a young woman to watch, for a young girl to watch. How, here's a husband who's so encouraging of his wife's career, who pushes her so much, who puts her on a pedestal, and here's a wife who's so supportive and encouraging.
Right.
And that film went through its tough phases as well, but the way they stuck by it and stuck by each other, I think the process of it taught me so much about the kind of relationship I would want with my husband and
your family,
and my family, and just like a professional partnership as well. I just thought that they were so cool that they created something together as a couple that meant so much to both of them.
Absolutely. And the fact that they came out with such an iconic film like Mr. India,
Yeah.
did they ever tell you stories about that or discuss that film?
I think Dad always spoke about it with respect to mom, in awe of. He had all these anecdotes about how she wouldn't give him bhav on set and all of that, but how she did that Charlie Chaplin sequence when she was very sick. And she had a fever, but she still shot for it. And they actually only ended up using 20% of the footage that they shot. And there was so much that she had given them. And even the Rain song, the I Love You song, apparently she was very unwell. And so he always narrated these stories coming from a place of awe. And even when they were shooting Mom, I remember they had segregated their relationship into professional and personal so well that she wouldn't. When we went for the outdoor, she made it very clear that she didn't want to stay with him. And he was so understanding and supportive as a husband. I don't know, that dynamic felt very interesting to me, to watch them from going to like basically stuck to each other 24/7 to then. It was cool.
Right. At the trailer launch, he was up on stage and he said that, stop comparing Janhvi to Sridevi. Do you agree with that? And from the beginning, there have been comparisons and, all those things, but what is your take on that?
I honestly don't have such a big problem with it because, I mean, yeah, logically you're going to compare her 200th film to my 4th film.
Yeah.
But that's fine by me because you're going to compare me to someone or the other. I'm flattered that the standards that you're holding me up to are the standards of, I think, the greatest, most iconic actor of Indian cinema. So if you're comparing me to that, and if that's what I think I need to aspire to be, then at least I'll come close.
Right.
So it's motivating. It's not. Why should I be offended or apologetic? Like, of course, we have the same genes. I have her blood.
And her eyes. So why not? You're being compared to the best, like you said. And before we let you go, I have to ask you this. I mean, you're really fun on social media. You can see you having so much fun with your friends, and you don't really care about what people really have to say. But tell me, have you ever deleted comments or gone through them?
No, no.
No?
I'm not actually. They've been very nice to me on my profile. Yeah, they've actually been very sweet to me.
Thank you so much for talking to us, and all the best for your film. Really looking forward to it. Thank you.